Alright, 264 KC for the white chest. Actually been a little bit since the purple. Now it's been 26 raids since the purple. It's not like that many, but for me it's actually a lot because it's mostly solos. It's kind of weird. Ooh, 264 KC and finally got a dark relic. That's the first time I've gotten that in a little while. I've actually been hoping for this for a while because it's really good Herbivore XP. The only annoying thing is it's independent of points, so despite that being a pretty decent point raid, I still just get a dark relic, you know, whether I got 20,000 points or 30,000 points.
Hey, do you want some pots, mine?
Trade chats,
No,
trade
I
chats.
still have them. I'm not gonna trade shit.
Oh, I got to wait, don't say it, 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 don't say it. I have trade chat closed, don't say it. Sorry, that was really loud. It's nothing exciting, yeah. I bet, isn't it? It's something lame.
Nah, go look.
Oh, I already have that. Okay.
Fancy hat.
Alright.
I could have used
That's the first purple I've seen in 30 raids, which is actually really dry for me. Is that even a split? 5 people with... Yeah, that's a small split.
That is
yeah,
a split, dude. Give me my money.
Yeah, I'm
trying to cheap as
Alright, not bad. Better than Arcane, I guess.
76 now. Feels
unlucky for him.
Easy. Nope. Okay.
Nope.
sad game.
Rip. No back-to-back. Unlucky. I guess I'll get rid of this antsy hat now. I just wanted to wear it for good luck. Okay. The pure essence kind of sucks, but I'll take the emeralds. That's good crafting XP. Alright. Nice big 6+3 raid with a bunch of UIMs and irons. Wow, that sucks. Nothing. I didn't die, but I only got 22.6k points. That seemed kind of low, but I guess there was no tightrope. Ooh, okay, a relic, though. We'll take that. That's fine. It's a good item. Jesus. Of course, the ruby speck at the very end. Another ruby speck at the very end. Oh my god, good luck.
Ooh, hey, that's me.
Hey.
Oh, we needed that.
That doesn't help your bingo at all, but...
Congrats. Congrats on the toilet paper. Alright, that's the first purple I've seen since that duplicate antsy hat I got. I actually don't see Dex's very often. Yes, congrats to him. Let's see what I got. I already have that, so... Ooh, I got an elite. And some Aventos. Okay, we're going to attempt that elite. Alright, finally was able to complete an elite from Chambers. Yep. Alright, nice trio raid. For 275 KC and nothing. Unlucky. That one was feeling pretty good. Alright, let's see the loot. Pure Essence and Quarms. Wow. Oh, another 100.
No way.
No way.
Behemoth.
Insta-reba.
Oh god, it's gonna heal for like 1,000.
Behemoth.
Behemoth.
Yo,
Yo.
A dexterous prayer scroll.
That's not a split, by the way.
Well, that's actually a really good free-for-all for him then.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, pet roll, right? Wait, he has the pet. Never mind. Hey, new PB for 6-man. Pretty cool. This is the raid after that mass dex scroll. Unfortunately, no back-to-back purple, but we only had 6 people this time and 19 the last one, so that makes sense. Okay. Not the best drop ever, but it's still somewhat decent. Alright, managed to get an elite casket from Chambers. And the usual. Alright, this was a pretty crazy raid. I don't know how I did it, but I managed to get 37,500 points. It's probably the most I've ever gotten in a solo. It was just a pretty standard raid. It was a 6-room raid. I guess there's just a lot of the best bosses in it. I didn't, like, scale it or anything. Ignore the time. I was just AFK a lot during this raid. But anyway. Wow. Not the best loot ever, but I guess those torsos will be useful once I am 90 Herblore. Alright, good luck. A nice 7+1 scaled raid here. Wow, 141,000 points and no purple. Unlucky. 296 KC. Hopefully some decent normal loot. Ah, the planks are alright, but the silver ore is kind of useless. Damn. And there is 300 Chambers of Xeric kill count. And the last raid I will do for a little while. I've gotten the items I needed from here, plus a few more. And I also don't want to stay here for too long without a Dragon Hunter Lance. So let's see what the final loot is. Alright, not bad. Decent smithing and crafting XP there. So I've been thinking about this for a bit, but I have decided that I'm going to put the Antsy hat in my POH costume room. Which means I can't get it back until I complete the full set. Which is just the Antsy legs for me. The hat has decent accuracy bonus and plus 2% magic damage, but it is too niche of an item to hold on to. Alright. It is done. It's been stored away. Hopefully when I come back to Chambers in the future, I can get the Antsy legs so I'll be able to access this beautiful hat again. Alright, I have put all of my storable items away in either my POH or stash units, and I have taken everything from Arno here and filled my inventory, my gear, and my looting bag with 2 spots to spare actually, so that's good. So now it's time to die to Hespori again and use up these caulk supplies because I have quite a bit of them. I need to do this now, that way when I go back to PVM, I'll have as many spots available as possible. Since my next plan is to go back to Zulrah to get some more scales, since I'm down to like 10k, there's a few things I actually can keep right now. So since Zulrah drops Dragon Bones, I don't need to use those up yet. And Zulrah also drops 4 different types of herbs, so I won't use those up yet either, but the rest of the herbs and the planks I need to use up. And of course, I'll also do some agility to get more MLAs, and I'll also farm some more potato cacti while doing that as well. So I think I'm going to get started on some herb lore. I'm not sure which potions I'm going to make first, but I'll definitely let you guys know in a second here. Alright, so I'm dead at Hespori now, and we have a little bit over a 400 mil Hespori value, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so I was thinking first I probably will just make all my irrits into super attacks since they're the easiest. Plus, it's like the time you spend trying to like devise some kind of like strategic, efficient plan is better off just spent just doing what comes to mind first. Honestly, I've realized like sometimes I'll spend like 20 minutes just trying to think of like what to do in what order, but this should be fine. Either way, I'll probably have to die to Hespori another time, so it's no big deal. Yeah, while I'm doing this, I'll definitely be doing some farm runs, most likely at some point. I'm not sure how I'll work that in there though, but yeah. Let's go ahead and just get the irrits out. And I'll go make these in unfinished pots and buy my eyes and newts. So I finished making all of my irrit potions into super attacks, and now we got quite a few of those. Gained quite a bit of XP, but now I realize I need to start farming a lot of limpworts because I have over 2,000 quarms. I also have like 20 seeds that I want to plant that I got from Slayer, so might as well go and farm those as well while I'm doing the limpworts. So yeah, this will take quite a little while, and so I guess I'll get some Marks of Grace as well. So this won't be the most efficient herblore training ever. I'll have a few spaces taken up, but it's fine, I think. It's not really that big of a deal. I had a lot more herbal XP bagged than I thought, so I think there's a good chance I might get 90 from all this, so that's going to be pretty exciting. So I guess I'll see you guys back when I got all these secondaries farmed, which might actually be a few days in real time. So I've actually been farming for like 2 or 3 days now, so I figured to go ahead and show my route / setup here, since I kind of have a better idea what I'm doing now. So yeah, this is definitely taking a lot longer than I thought. But basically what I'm doing is I farmed all the Aventos seeds I had in my seed box because I have a bunch of Aventos anyway from Chambers, so it's perfect time. And now I've started farming my Snapdragons as well. Even though I'm not going to actually make those yet because Zulrah drops Snapdragons, I'm actually going to make all my super restores after Zulrah since I'll get a few from there anyway. But might as well go ahead and farm them now since I have to like farm my limports anyway. Most of my herb patches are near limport patches anyway, so I just farm the limports while I'm there. And I do go out of my way sometimes for the other limport patches like in Prif. Although I don't go to that one too much just because it's kind of annoying. And then I farm some of the white berries as well. I usually just do the one in the farming guild since I'm there anyway. And then I like to do the Etceteria one because it's actually near a spirit tree. And of course the Artie one too because my cloak takes me right there. The Remington one's kind of out of the way. And the Champions Guild one's a little close too, but I don't really need that many white berries. I'm actually getting them much quicker than I am limports anyway. I also need like 2,000 white berries, but I just started farming white berries like yesterday. And then most recently, I started doing some agility laps in between, because I do need a bunch of amylase for my Aventos when I make the super energies. Now, of course, I'm not going to make every single one of my super energies into staminas, because I think I would need like 500 or 600 marks of grace or something just stupid. And it's just... I can't be bothered with that. Honestly, I'm probably going to end up getting like maybe 1,000 amylase to 2,000 amylase. Nothing insane. Because I really don't need that much. I have a good amount of staminas already, and I can always just go get more later. Because Aventos are pretty easy to get. And yeah, potato cacti, I'm usually just farming those in the farming guild as well. But I do have one planted in Alcarid. I don't think it's necessarily worth going out of the way for, because I want to save a few Lantidimes anyway for anti-fire potions. Because with Lantidimes, you can make either anti-fire potions, or you can make magic potions. But magic potions get more XP, so I'm going to make most of them into that. Yeah, and so anyway, I'm wrapping up my run here. I could have farmed my limps probably by now, but you pretty much have to farm them off cooldown because they grow so quickly. They grow in like 20 or 30 minutes, and I just don't enjoy farming that much, so I'm pretty much only doing it with the herbs. Or I'll sometimes log in. Like, for instance, like let's say I finish the run here, I just log in after 30 minutes just to do this patch and then log out again, instead of just going around to every patch. There's 84 agility. Been a little while since I've seen one of those levels, but I do need to get a few marks of grace for some stamina pots. Yeah, and if I've done my calculations correctly, I'm like 99% sure that making all these Aventos, Lantidimes, Quarms, and my Catentines and the potions will actually get me 90 Herblores, so that's pretty awesome. I'm just going to farm a few more white berries, and then I'll be ready to start making my potions. Alrighty everyone, I believe I've finally gotten all the notable secondaries that I needed. These are the herbs I'll be making into potions, and then I also have my Catentines in here as well, but there's no point of withdrawing them yet. The only reason I withdrew these was because I was actually farming them anyway, so I already had stacks of them because I had a bunch of extra seeds left over. And then you'll notice in here it has Sporia. I also have Toadflax, Dwarf Weeds. Oh, I forgot to mention, I will do the Renards as well. I'll just farm whatever snape grass I have in my allotment patches, which I should have quite a few planted. Yeah, that probably won't be enough, but I'll just go to Waterbirth Island for the rest of it. And then, yeah, the Toadflax and the Dwarf Weeds. Zulrah actually drops those as well, so there's no point in using them up now because I'll just get more. Plus, I also don't have any Wines of Zamorak, and they'd be a little bit annoying to get, so I'll do that. I wanted to do that later anyway. And for Bird's Nest, I'd also have to do Mole, so I'd have to set up for PVM. But anyway, I'm just going to bag some of the rest of these herbs, and we'll get started on making the magic potions. Oh yes, and of course, I forgot to make the unfinished potions, so you're going to see my cash stack go down by quite a bit here. Whew, wow, that was a lot. Yeah, there we go, just enough unfinished Lantidime potions for all my potato cacti, and then of course, I'll just bag the few leftover Lantidimes for anti-fires in the future, like I mentioned. And since it's the first time I'm making magic potions on this account, I figured I'd show the method. They're not worth keeping, so you can just go to Arnold Lightspore here. You just unnote your potions, drop half of them, unnote the other secondaries, and just mix these together. And he acts as a general store too, so you can sell them back, so you save a little bit of time, and you also get some money, so pretty good deal there, honestly. Yeah, not gonna be much money, but better than nothing. Well, it didn't take long for me to do this, but I accidentally sold my unfinished potions, so yeah, a little less Herblore XP than I expected. So hopefully I don't do that again, or hopefully I don't accidentally sell like 50 of them. Luckily, I just sold the ones in my inventory. Yeah, I'm kind of pissed about that. I'm supposed to be selling the potions, not the unfinished potions. Alright, there's the first herbivore level this video, level 87. Oh my god, I forgot that does unlock anti-venoms. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure if it's worth making those or not though, because it does eat up a lot of scales, but that's gonna be pretty nice for Zulrah in the future if I do decide to get rid of my Serp Helm. Which I might get rid of actually. To free up that inventory space, since I only really used it at Zulrah. Alright, there's 88 Herblore too. These levels go by pretty dang quickly when you already have all the supplies to make the potions, so that's nice. And there's 89 Herblore as well. Just a little over 500,000 XP until we get the coveted 90 Herblore. And there it is, level 90 Herblore. I never thought I'd actually get this level, but I've finally unlocked the ability to make super combat potions and overload pluses in Chambers of Xeric raids. This is probably like the biggest level that I've ever gotten. Honestly, like that's unlocked so much content. Like super combats are useful like anytime I do any melee bossing. And obviously when I go back to raids, being able to make my own overload pluses is just huge. And it looks like I barely had enough potions too. I only had like 25 unfinished potions left to make, so it worked out nearly perfectly. Now that I'm 90 Herblore, I can actually make super combats, and I just happen to have a bunch of Torstals, super attacks, super strengths, and super defenses in my looting bag now. The most limiting factor is actually my super strength potions, but even with them being a little low, I'm still able to use a good amount of these Torstals. If you divide this number by 4, that gets 1792 4-dose super strength potions. So that's how many super combats I can make. So I'd still have around nearly 300 Torstals left, but that's fine for now. That amount of super combats will last me quite a while, so I guess I'll just get set up to make those here. Alright, I've gotten all set up to make some super combat potions, and I'm not going to go into much detail about it because there's already plenty of videos out there about different methods for UIMs to make these types of potions, but basically you just have to assure that you have something that you can unnote that takes up a bunch of inventory space, so that way you can only unnote 5 different potions at a time, since that's the maximum you can make, since you'll need 5 super attacks, 5 super strengths, 5 super defenses, and 5 Torstals to fill up your inventory, and the rest are these noted potions and then the sacks here. That's what I'm personally using, is just emptying these things and then, you know, unnote something, fill one of the things, unnote, and just keep going from there. It is quite an interesting method, to say the least. So this is one of the cool things about UIM, is all these unique methods to the game mode. So yeah, I'll let you guys know when I'm done with this, but according to my calculations, it's only going to give me like half an Herblore level anyway, so you won't see another level this video. Oh, and I just remembered there is a elite Varrock diary task to create a super combat potion in the Varrock West Bank, so we'll go ahead and do that real quick as well. Alright, task completed. You know, I really hated this method at first, but I'm starting to get it down a little better and get into the rhythm, and it's actually kind of chill. It's not AFK at all, obviously, but it's a really interesting method, to say the least. Let's see how fast I can go here. Hey, that was pretty decent there. Yeah, it's just the rhythm you get into of having the shift-click empty and then click to fill, and then click on the noted potions. Yeah, it shouldn't be too much longer. We got quite a few left, but maybe just an hour or two if I'm really focused. Alright, finally, after a pretty damn long amount of time, I'm finishing up my final super combats being made here. I was actually limited by my super strength potions. I do have a few super defenses left, not too many, and of course a very large amount of super attacks left, because I've pretty much just been keeping these since the start of my account. Yeah, we are done with these super combats, and this may be a little naive of me to say, but I think this is probably a solid year's supply worth, honestly. 1,792 super combats, like, I just can't see myself using that up within a year. Even if I just use them for basic Slayer and stuff, but yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and drop the other potions I'll keep the torso still on me, of course, for when I need to make more in the future. Plus, I could always just make Zamorak Brews for XP if I just don't feel like making more super combats. But yeah. Let's do a price check real quick, though. Just for shits and giggles, because it doesn't really matter, of course. I'm an Iron Man, well, Ultimate Iron Man. It's actually really, these potions aren't worth very much, these remaining ones, but of course these super combats are worth quite a bit of money. Look at that, about 16.5 mil, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, since these other two potions aren't worth very much, I'll probably just drop them here at the GE. And yeah, I guess it's about time to get ready for some other skilling that I need to do, such as using up my planks and gold ore, and maybe I feel like there's something else. But I think I'm going to go do the construction first via Mahogany Homes. Oh, and by the way, all these super combats got me about 49% of the way from 90 to 91, because that's the only thing I've made so far, is just the super combats since I hit level 90. Alright, so it's time for some Mahogany Homes now. So I'm going to start by using my mahogany planks first, since it's a much smaller stack, just get it over with. And then I also have my teak planks in Hespori, about 1,500 of those I'll use afterwards. Now I don't really feel like dying to Hespori again, so I think I'm just going to get a looting bag and put my super combats and torsals in that. So that's one less space technically, so it's not the most efficient, but I think with noted planks it doesn't really take that long to use them up. I'm just going to go ahead and buy some runes here as well. Basically just runes for teleport to house, and then since I have my Tome of Fire as well, I can also teleport directly to Varrock and a few other places, but yeah, it'll just be mostly teleporting to my house to use the teleports inside like my Nexus or my jewelry box, pretty much. And of course, I do have my Carpenter's outfit now, so I will be wearing that. And I just realized I don't have to chop any logs since I have noted planks. I don't need my axe. It would be worth to also buy a water staff, so I could also teleport directly to Falador, because that probably saves a little bit of time, maybe? I'm not sure, though, if that's faster than teleporting via Falador Park here, or not. But that also lets me teleport directly to Artie, so I think that definitely would save a little bit of time. Alright, and lastly, I can actually put my coins away, because since I have noted planks, I don't have to go to the sawmill and spend any money. So yeah, looks like it's time to get started. I think we'll at least get 1 level, and probably maybe 2 levels, we'll see. Oh, and of course, I almost forgot, I'm going to want to buy my plank sack back as well for 350 points. That way I can store like an extra inventory of planks in there. Then also, I just remembered I do need steel bars as well. We can buy supply crates from Amy, and those should probably give us enough, but then we can also just go to the blast furnace to get more. Because you can make like a full inventory of steel bars at the blast furnace and just withdraw like 5 or 6 each time you go there. Okay, there's level 89 construction. Pay no attention to all these unnoted steel bars in my inventory. That's a long story. But anyway, I don't think these remaining teak planks will quite get me the rest of this level, but I'll just finish off the rest by making my own planks, because level 90 would be a good stopping point anyway. Alright, so I used up all my noted planks, so it's time to start chopping my own logs and making my own planks now. Unfortunately though, my Infernal Axe still does have a bunch of charges in it, so it's going to burn a lot of these logs, but that's not a big deal, because I do need a bunch of woodcutting XP anyway for Corn and Cabos Diary. I do want 87 woodcutting to boost +3 with the Dragon Axe to get to 90 to chop a redwood. Alright, there's 82 woodcutting as expected. There it is, level 90 construction. Doesn't really unlock too much, technically, since most of the stuff I could already boost for anyway, but technically I can make the large storage unit in raids, which doesn't do anything for me, but if I'm doing a team raid in the future, I could actually build it just for a few extra points. And I technically could also +5 to make a spirit tree and fairy ring in my house, but I think I'm going to wait till 92 to just +3 boost with a T. Alright, I got my ice gloves. Now it's just time to get my goldsmithing gauntlets, get my gold ore, and re-dye to Hespori so I have a clean inventory. And we can hopefully get a few smithing levels here, because I do need to get 89 to make rune dart tips, because I want those for the Inferno. Hey, I got a little bored at smithing and decided to do some AFK fishing, so there's level 83. And by the way, in case you are just blind, I guess, the HD update for RuneLite just came out today, and it looks pretty sweet, honestly. Like, it still looks like old school, but it's just much cleaner on the eyes to look at. Everything just looks a little sharper and brighter. So I actually decided to put off smithing even longer because my clan's skill of the week this week happens to be woodcutting, which I want to do to get the Rada's Blessing 4, because that'd be +2 prayer bonus, and that'd be great for Inferno because I can bring a bolt pouch. So that way whenever I'm using the blowpipe, I can have the Rada's Blessing equipped. So I think we're going to try to go straight to 87, and then it hopefully won't take too long because I just learned the 2-tick method. It literally took me like a minute to learn. It's so much easier than I thought it would be. Yeah, and I think at my level I can get like 150k XP per hour. I know I'm doing a lot of skilling lately. It's really weird of me. Level 83. Oh well, I just missed this level, but I just got 84 woodcutting and 2050 total, so that's a pretty cool milestone there. There's a nice clean 85 woodcutting. And by the way, I've been getting a lot of clue nests from here, so I decided to start stacking my caskets and to open them all at the end. Oh, and my Infernal Axe is getting pretty low on charges, which is kind of good and bad. It's good because when I do construction again, I won't have to worry about all the logs that I need to turn into planks burning. But it's bad because when it depletes, I'll definitely get slower XP rates here, since I'll have to drop logs more often. But it's no big deal. I'm pretty sure it'll get me pretty close to level 87 anyway. Oh no, my Infernal Axe just ran out of charges. Well, we're just a little bit before 86 woodcutting, so it lasted quite a bit of time, honestly, because I'd already used quite a few charges before I started this woodcutting grind. So yeah, in the future I just need another Dragon Axe or a Smoldering Stone. It still does count as an Infernal Axe, it's just uncharged now. And there's the level 86 woodcutting. I actually managed to get a hard casket from woodcutting. And I'm going to go ahead and open it now because it's unlikely I'll get another one and I don't want it taking up space. Like, I already have a lot of space taken up for when I'm woodcutting. So, let's see what we get. Okay, well, we already have this apparently. I'll see if it's in the house though. It might not be in the house. Okay, the Rune Fullhelm G is actually not new on the collection log, but I didn't have it in my POH, so I must have got it before that update where you could store individual items. So that's cool. We got 2 pieces of that. Hey, and there's the 87 woodcutting. We can now finally boost with the Dragon Axe special attack to cut redwood logs for the achievement diary. So I'm going to go do that real quick. But first I'm going to finish up these clue scrolls and then we'll open up all these caskets. Well, I wanted to open up those clue caskets this video, but unfortunately it seems that the video's a little too long for that. So next time we'll definitely open those clue caskets and continue using up the rest of the supplies from Chambers, and maybe get back to some bossing, who knows. So if you guys like the video, make sure to leave a like, and also subscribe if you want to catch the next one. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.